the fabric of a nation, serving generations.
Time Check, brought to you by BioStrath Immune with added zinc. Distributed by H&J Enterprises Limited.
Good evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 p.m. news here on CNC3. I'm Ryan Beachu.
I am Doris Polo.
I am Jassi Marik with the sport.
And I'm Sigoni Mohammed with your weather report.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight. 150 call center workers face an uncertain future as TSTT reviews its contract with Amplia.
CWU tells unions to drop political loyalties and fight back as jobs and paychecks come under pressure.
PSA protest pauses after Public Utilities Minister steps in. 10% pay proposal set to move forward for over 2,000 WASA workers.
Ahead in sport, the votes are in. Dwayne Champion Bravo and Ian Bishop head the inaugural CPL Hall of Fame induction class.
A quiet night is ahead after showers and thunderstorms douse the west coast of Trinidad. Can we expect repeat weather? I've got more in the full forecast.
Roughly 150 call center workers face uncertainty tonight as TSTT reviews its contract with Amplia.
The workers have reportedly been told their contracts will not be renewed after September 30th, with the call center operation potentially moving to Hummingbird Holdings. It is the same company that was awarded the contract for the AI data centers. There are concerns tonight that some workers could be absorbed by the new entity, but at significantly lower salaries. Public Utilities Minister Barry Padarath says, however, that no decision has been made. He says TSTT is reviewing costs, contractual arrangements, and the performance of its current operations. The issue is also engaging the attention of the Communication Workers Union.
Now, as concerns grow over job security and the cost of living, the head of the Communication Workers Union is urging labor leaders to close ranks and speak out. Joanne Ogier says the labor movement could not allow accusations of being aligned to either the PNM or UNC to distract it from its responsibility to defend workers, particularly at a time when people are losing their jobs and struggling with the cost of living. Ogier expressed concern about what she described as the silence of sections of the trade union movement, saying now was the time for unions to remember their fundamental responsibility to workers.
What people are not taking cognizance of is the silence of the trade union movement. You understand? Now more than ever, we have to put things, whatever promises are being made, whatever aims that the government playing, we have to remember the oath that we took collectively. You understand, to represent workers. So now is the test of all time, for everybody to join hands and come together and fight.
CNC3 News initially questioned Ogier about recent statements made by Minister Barry Padarath that government would not be intimidated amid the CWU's dispute and the controversy surrounding a disputed 10% wage increase.
However, Ogier declined to go into detail, saying the union intends to lay out its full position at a media briefing on Wednesday. And with unions continuing to press their case, we asked members of the public whether the government should honor the CWU's wage demands.
This is what you had to tell us today.
Yes, they need to get their money, long overdue. Yes, they don't need it.
Yes, because it's how many years now they're waiting for the rate increase, and I feel it is due time that the government is supposed to give them what is due to them.
Well, I would say if the government could afford, right? Because everybody know the situation. So I believe if the government could afford, give them it if they deserve it, right?
Yeah, I find they should pay up something. Not really all, but pay something. Country hard, everybody needs some cash right now.
Yes, yeah, I think so. If they promise them, they promise them something and then don't get them it, you have to honor your claim.
Yes, and because they deserve it.
One union appears to have won a temporary breakthrough for thousands of WASA workers after days of protest action outside WASA's head office.
That's right, Doris. Public Services Association President Felicia Thomas says Public Utilities Minister Barry Pidarath's involvement has secured a commitment for 10% wage increase proposals affecting about 2,800 monthly paid WASA workers to finally move forward. But she warned the union is prepared to resume industrial action if those commitments are not met. Pidarath joined the PSA president at WASA's St. Joseph headquarters today, the union's third day of protest action. Thomas spoke after the minister met with PSA representatives, WASA Chief Executive Officer Roshan Babwa and other executives. Thomas said there's now a commitment for the outstanding proposals to be submitted to the ministry by the end of this week.
Well, we have the commitment, and if it is not followed through, of course, we continue with the action. But we are hopeful that now with the minister's intervention, that it will go to where it needs to go so that our negotiations can be settled.
Minister Pidarath, meanwhile, assured the workers that the government remains committed to working with the PSA to resolve the outstanding issues. He pointed to what he said were the difficult circumstances inherited by the government, while pointing to efforts to attract strategic investment and partnerships to improve WASA's position.
I want to leave here very clear is understanding that we remain committed to you and the cause. We will continue to work with you to iron out the kinks and the snags that we have had over the last couple of days.
The PSA president criticized earlier statements from former Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez, urging him to stay out of WASA's business and even accusing him of trying to destroy the company while in office.
However, Gonzalez hit back, saying as an elected member of parliament, he is duly elected to speak on behalf of the citizens of this country and to hold this government to account. He also defended his record and rejected any suggestion that he betrayed the public's trust. Political scientists are tonight urging the government to settle disputes with trade unions as the CWU continues to press for outstanding wage negotiations to be addressed. The CWU is seeking to bring wages up to date for 2 outstanding negotiating periods. The union is pressing for negotiations covering 2020 to 2022 and 2023 to 2025. Now, political scientist Dr. Indira Rampasad says the government has an interest in reaching agreements, warning that prolonged disputes and continued protests could create instability and affect investor confidence. But she says the unions also have to be realistic, particularly over demands for 10%.
Even if they're protesting, it wouldn't be first on the agenda because the government has certain priority obligations, economic, financial obligations to fulfill. And so in the interim, though, while they're working that out, the priorities, they need to negotiate. So they need to meet with the union.
However, political scientist Dr. Bishnu Raghunath says he understands why trade unions are pushing to conclude wage negotiations ahead of the upcoming budget. That follows Finance Minister Dave Tanku's mid-year budget presentation, in which he said agreements settled before the upcoming budget would be funded through it. Dr. Raghunath says there's also a real risk to the government if the negotiations drag on, including the possibility of sustained industrial action.
Is it that the workers going to take strike action? Those are always risks that we have to look at. I am not sure politically it is a risk for the government because, like I keep telling people, we are only into the second year of this term. There's a 5-year term, and the government has time to do a lot of things between now and whenever the election is held.
Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is tonight pushing back against the Steel Workers Union's demand for engagement over the reopening of the former ArcelorMittal steel plant in Point Lisas by Ibis Steel Company. Responding to questions from CNC3 News today, Prasad Bisesa said Pinnacle Steel and Vanadium is a private company and should be free to hire whoever it chooses. She also stated that the union and its president, Timothy Bailey, are not stakeholders in the project. The Prime Minister's response follows a media conference by the union today where Bailey called for dialogue with government and new owners. Bailey said the union welcomes the reopening of the steel industry, but argued that workers who built and operated the plant for decades must not be sidelined. Prasad Bisesa says Bailey and the union had a decade to take over the plant or secure an investor, but failed to do so. Bailey said he was prepared to ensure his membership is not sidelined from opportunities, even if it requires legal intervention.
There is a legal option for us, right? There's always a legal option. But we are saying in the interests of all stakeholders involved, it is not necessary, or it does not require for the parties to be fighting in a new initiative like this. We can embrace each other and work together.
Bailey is also demanding answers about the liquidation of ArcelorMittal, as repeated attempts to contact the liquidator have been unsuccessful.
What is the status as it relates to the workers who are creditors of this liquidation process and are owed outstanding debts by the previous owner of the plant, ArcelorMittal? As anybody would know, the liquidation process is a process to ensure that creditors at the end of the process are given some sort of compensation.
The union president contends that the reopening of the steel plant cannot mean closing the door on the Trinidad and Tobago workers who built it.
Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa says she hopes the Caribbean Court of Justice can sort themselves out soon amid recent controversies surrounding the regional court. However, the Prime Minister declined to say whether her government remains confident that the CCJ can fairly determine the dispute over the reappointment of CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Bonnet. Prasad Bisesa told CNC3 News she preferred not to comment when asked directly about her confidence in the court's handling of the Bonnet matter. The CCJ has been facing scrutiny following leaked correspondence and allegations of panel fixing and attempts to influence judgments. CCJ President Justice Winston Anderson has rejected allegations of improper conduct. Meanwhile, UWI Professor Dr. Rajendra Ramlugan says he has seen nothing arising from the controversy that would cause him to doubt the CCJ's ability to fairly rule on the Bonnet matter.
Let's tell you what's still to come in the news tonight. A second man faces charges over a missing police gun, while 7 officers arrested in a separate firearms case are now free.
Come on the ground, reach down on the ground floor and talk to the people and give us proper information, because at least we deserve to know what's coming around us.
With a data center headed for Debe, residents want answers before the servers start humming.
And coming up later on in sport, Shafane Rutherford blasts the Barbados Tridents to the top of the CPL standings.
We finally said yes to onion rings. Now it's your turn to say yes to the new KFC onion ring chicken sandwich for $34.95, or get a regular side of rings for just $15. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The 7 officers detained over the disappearance of 3 firearms and ammunition from the Central Police Station have been released, but police say investigations continue.
CNC3 News understands no charges have been laid, but some of the officers have been reassigned within the division. The missing items include 3 Glock pistols, 3 magazines, and 45 rounds of ammunition. The weapons had been lodged by Port of Spain municipal police officers for safekeeping before they were discovered missing the following morning. The incident comes nearly 4 months after firearms and ammunition disappeared from the San Fernando Municipal Police Station armory, prompting tighter firearms storage measures and an audit that is still ongoing. TTMPS head Wayne Meister declined to comment.
A Sangre Grande man has been granted $100,000 bail after appearing before the South High Court on charges linked to a missing police firearm from the Mayaro police station.
Azam Ali appeared before Master Raydan Darampal Watts today, charged with misbehavior in public office, possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition. The court granted bail with surety and ordered Ali to remain at his Sangre Grande home, surrender his passport within 2 days of securing bail, and refrain from obtaining travel documents. The matter is scheduled for a status hearing on October 29th.
Police said the charges stem from an investigation launched after a TTPS firearm and ammunition were reported missing from the Mayaro police station on July 29th. Investigators later recovered the firearm, magazine, and ammunition. Ali is the second person charged in the matter. A police constable with 9 months' service was previously charged with misbehavior in public office.
President of the Police Social Welfare Association, ASP Ishmael Pitt, says he is supportive of any initiative to enhance public safety, but is urging authorities to ensure repairs of existing police infrastructure is completed. Responding to questions over the rollout of new police posts nationwide, Pitt says there were several police facilities that were also in need of upkeep and maintenance. Referring to a recent incident where police officers had to be relocated from one building to another location to continue their duty, Pitt said established infrastructure should not be neglected.
So we have looked at the post and, it looks good. It looks conducive to policing. But we want that the facilities, those standing facilities that presently police officers are functioning within, they also receive that same level of focus.
When asked about concerns on who would man the posts, Pitt noted that while the TTPS was currently in the process of recruiting more officers, these trainees would only be ready for duty after completing their training. He therefore noted that soldiers would be expected to provide support.
The expectation of the defense force now filling that void in the interim and putting us in that position where we are able to achieve the objective at this point in time, notwithstanding the fact that there are manpower issues.
Pitt said while some officers suffered from workplace burnout from constant duties, he described the situation as fluid, as some officers were being granted leave.
Meanwhile, Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, Deputy Commissioners of Police Junior Benjamin and Suzette Martin, and Chief of Defense Staff Don Polo visited the controversial Etihad police post in Tacarigua today. The visit comes weeks after a dispute erupted between government and the Tunapuna-Piaco Regional Corporation over the construction of the facility. TPRC Chairman Josiah Austin has questioned the lack of consultation and infrastructure assessments, including concerns that the post was built over an inactive NGC pipeline. The Etihad post is one of 30 police posts being established nationwide. Alexander declined to take questions from CNC3 News during today's visit. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is challenging Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar to reveal how many citizens her government has reported to United States authorities with recommendations that their U.S. visas be revoked. In a Facebook post, Dr. Rowley accused the UNC leadership and people close to the party of using the threat of visa revocations to intimidate citizens. The former Prime Minister pointed to a recent U.S. State Department statement outlining reasons visas can be revoked, including visa violations, criminal activity, fraud, threats to national security, and abuse of the immigration system. Dr. Rowley questioned whether which of those offences he or former Prime Minister Stuart Young had committed after Prasad Bisesa and others previously called for their U.S. visas to be cancelled. He also claimed a close friend and messenger of the Prime Minister had previously lost a U.S. visa but refused to identify the person when asked by CNC3 News. Asked to respond to Dr. Rowley's statement, the Prime Minister would only say that the U.S. State Department news release is self-explanatory. The promise is jobs and business opportunities, but the concern about a proposed data center along the M2 Ring Road is the noise, heat and the impact on nearby businesses.
Residents in that community say they're not opposed to development, but they have questions. Christian and Radhika De Silva bring us more.
This is the sound of an actual data center in Texas, a constant hum that becomes unbearable. It's while some residents of Picton, Golconda, Raghu Village, Haripol Village and Debi want assurances that progress will not come at their expense.
We hear it is make noise, a lot of noise. It will push heat, and I believe that they could have put it in an area that people they don't really have too much of people, so the noise wouldn't affect residents in the area because it have elderly people around children, so it's a concern.
Community activist Desta Dite says the government must hold a public consultation about the ongoing project.
Come on the ground, reach down on the ground floor and talk to the people and give us proper information, because at least we deserve to know what's coming around us.
Penal Debe Regional Corporation Chairman Gautam Maharaj had previously indicated that consultation will be held. Meanwhile, resident Amaz Sukur of Diamond Village is also concerned, saying there are 4 schools in the vicinity: Debe Secondary, Picton Presbyterian, Parvati Girls Hindu College and Debe Hindu School, which produced the top 2026 SEA student.
Especially with the noise, right, and then with the school running, the churning custodian and stuff, something like that. They shouldn't have something like that without discussing it with the people.
Pensioner Indra Ince also made this recommendation.
Put it somewhere else, because if it is good for the country, it have so much land all over, why don't they do it somewhere else?
MP Dr. Rudal Munilal said the data centers will not lead to any disturbances, but will create jobs and business opportunities. However, communities in the U.S., Netherlands, Australia and Europe have raised concerns about the noise, heat and the drain on resources, causing data centers to be banned. Radhika De Silva, CNC3 News.
Amid a chicken shortage, the government is moving to reduce Trinidad and Tobago's dependence on imported hatching eggs as it looks to strengthen the local poultry industry.
Agriculture Minister Ravi Ratiram says the ministry has issued an expression of interest for the development of a parent bird flock. He says the country imports about 60 million hatching eggs and baby chicks each year, the starting point for poultry production. Ratiram says weather fluctuations have also affected farmers, but modern technologies such as tunnel-ventilated farms are helping to boost production. He says government is working with stakeholders to avoid any shortage of poultry, which he describes as the country's main source of protein.
If it is, they go to the depot, they may not get all the chicken that they want at one point in time, because sometimes there might be events and stuff like that, but they are getting chickens at the depot. The birds may not be 5-pound birds, it may be 4 pounds, 3.5 pounds and so forth, but they should not panic, because it is something that we have embraced, we have looked at, and we have identified the solutions in going forward.
The minister says the government is also confident that depot owners will continue to meet demand despite occasional shortages or changes in the size of birds available to consumers.
Well, Cinema One has cut its losses for the 9 months to June with stronger cost controls and blockbuster films helping to improve its outlook.
Meanwhile, Digicel says its Trinidad and Tobago business is growing with new investment in its networks and more staff being brought on to meet the demand. Andrea Perez-Sobas has more tonight's Business Watch.
Cinema One has reduced its net loss for the 9 months ended June 30th, 2026. Chairman Brian Jara says the improvement reflects a strong focus on operating cost containment, particularly the rationalization of leased spaces. Net loss fell to $4.8 million compared with $7.8 million a year earlier. Revenue declined 16% to $11.1 million, while gross profit fell 14% to $7.4 million. Jara explains earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization marginally exceeded the prior year period at $3.8 million compared with $3.3 million. He also points to the restructuring of Cinema One's Republic Bank loan facility for its Price Plaza Chaguanas premises, with the tenor extended to 10 years. Looking ahead, Jara says the opening weekend for Spider-Man Brand New Day, combined with strong IMAX results from The Odyssey, produced Cinema One's biggest weekend box office performance ever. Jara adds that Cinema One has upgraded its e-commerce platform to allow seat selections across all locations, with online food and beverage ordering coming soon. Turning to other business news. More investment and more jobs are coming from Digicel in Trinidad and Tobago as the company responds to growing demand for its services. The telecommunications provider is increasing fiber and mobile capacity, improving its link to Tobago, and supporting government security projects. Speaking to Business Watch last Wednesday after the Canto Conference in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Digicel Group CEO Marcelo Cataldo highlighted that the local market is moving in the opposite direction to the group's wider workforce reductions.
We have expanded fiber in the south of the country. We are expanding fiber in other areas. We have a huge commitment with the government because of our camera projects on security. We are expanding our mobile capacity. We have now backup solutions for our connectivity to Tobago. So Trinidad and Tobago is all about investment and growth.
Cataldo declined to disclose the amount being invested locally, saying a figure could give competitors information about Digicel's plans. And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange prices. Andrea Perez Sobers, CNC3 Business Watch.
Thanks so much, Andrea. Let's hand over to Sigoni to find out what's coming up next in the weather.
A tropical wave is passing us. Does that mean we're finally getting a completely dry day tomorrow? Details after the break.
Truth be told, here at GMMB, love is the currency. And let's show you how we are able to transfer that energy into real conversations. It seems to me there's a power in listening. It seems like that is a part of the mandate.
Of course. We need to listen to our clients. We need to hear what they need. We need to hear that they are satisfied, they are loved, they are feeling that JMMB culture.
JMMB.
It's banking for real.
Big moments call for light refreshment. Viva sparkling flavored water. Zero sugar, full flavor.
Every day, we're expected to show up for each other, for ourselves. What people don't see is everything that keeps us going. Because staying in the game isn't about one big moment. It's about showing up again and again and again.
Need to open a bank account? There's no time to make the drive to stand in line. Get ready. Opening an account with Republic On Board is easy from anywhere at any time, even while waiting for a food order. So you don't have to skip lunch. Republic On Board. Fast, easy, secure. Visit www.republiconboard.com to open your account today.
textbooks, screens, late nights. Your eyes work hard through every class, exam, project, and deadline. Ferrara Optical has eyewear specifically designed to reduce eye strain so nothing holds your learning back. For a limited time, youth get a free frame with lenses from just $495. Scholars get frame and lenses starting at only $750. And lifelong learners save up to 30% off your purchase of advanced lenses like Eisen and Transitions. Less strain, more focus. Your vision without limits. Visit Ferrara Optical in store today. This promotion is NLCB approved.
My man Andre.
Good night, Anthony.
7 years with the company, and we couldn't do it without Antoine.
Happy birthday, dear Alejandro. Happy birthday to you.
Who's Angelo? We're like coworkers who don't forget your name.
I'm Angelo.
CG United. Good like that.
Welcome back. Siguni joins us now. And I was actually just discussing that I knew better, but I went out without my umbrella today.
Yes.
And I was soaked from head to toe. What's different for tomorrow?
All right. So unfortunately, Reese, we have repeat weather tomorrow. So if you are heading out again like you did earlier today, have the umbrella on hand. And this is not just for the Reese, but this is for everyone who may be considering to get out and about and do your daily activities and your business. Make sure you have the umbrella with you. Don't let the sunshine fool you. Let's take a look at that forecast right now, because what we saw today was a lot of sunshine to kick off the day, and believe it or not, only western Trinidad would have received isolated thunderstorm and heavy showery activity, while eastern and southern portions of the island was fairly okay and mainly dry in some parts. Tobago as well getting clipped by quick passing showery activity. Some of this due to daytime heating, but we also have a tropical wave in the area that is producing a bit of moisture and instability in the atmosphere, and therefore clouds, heavy downpours and thunderstorm activity in the forecast, which led to gusty winds earlier today and street and even flash flooding into tonight. Because we still have some showery activity taking place, we will continue to see, at least on the western and northern portion of the island, a bit of cloudiness with showers in varying intensities, and we could possibly see some heavy downpours in this forecast. For Tobago as well, looking out for some moisture in there and some precipitation ranging in intensity as well in the form of light to moderate showers. But as evening progresses, just after midnight, which is what we're looking at right now, temperatures will remain quite warm for Trinidad and Tobago, hitting the mid-20s, and with it the cloudiness persists as well. If you have an early morning commute, you may just want to have the umbrella on hand, especially for those of you in Tobago. But this is the tropical wave that we're seeing right now moving across the eastern Caribbean islands, and it will be bringing in lingering moisture for us even into tomorrow's forecast. Saharan dust haze still very much present in the picture as well, so you want to be mindful, relievers and inhalers on hand as you commute and conduct your daily activities. As we go through this week, again, showery activity in the morning because of that tropical wave. We start to see some clearing out and temperatures warming up significantly across the general area for Trinidad, and the dust haze pretty much present in the forecast. By the weekend, more moisture ahead for us in Tobago as well. Similar spell in the forecast here. Notice that temperatures will remain in the lower 30s, but your feels like temperatures will hit just around the mid-30s. So pay attention, keep hydrated and cool as you go through this forecast period. Variably cloudy skies take us through the week with showers and some gentle winds becoming breezy where we have heavier downpours. Now, if you're heading offshore, the good news here is that no spring tides are in effect at this time, but guess what? Winds are now quite slight to moderate or light in this forecast, coming out from the east to southeast, and wave heights are just approaching 1.5 meters. So it's not too bad if you do decide to venture offshore within the next couple of hours, but where we have showers and thunderstorms, you may just pick up a slight chop. So pay attention when you're heading out to the beaches as well.
All right, let's get this newscast over with so Doris can go change, and especially her socks.
Yes, and her shoes.
All right, let's tell you what's still to come after the break. A Trinidadian teen is reaching for the moon and taking her dream of space to India.
Wisdom is chasing you, but you are faster. Your friends are investing with First Line. This one have house, this one building business. You, my son, hey, you are buying rims.
My enemies have succeeded.
It's not too late, my son. Call First Line. Secure your future today so we do not hang our heads in shame. I'll call First Line now.
Wisdom says it's never too late to take control of your finances. First Line Securities, helping Trinidad and Tobago invest for over 2 decades. Invest with us. Go to firstlinesecurities.com to begin investing today.
With the cold and flu lurking around every corner, keeping your immune system strong allows you to live the life that you want every day. Discover BioStrath Immune Health. BioStrath Immune Health is a unique plasmalized yeast product that enhances the absorption of essential micronutrients, ensuring that your body stays resilient. And now enriched with zinc, it is your go-to support for immunity. Staying vibrant and healthy just became a whole lot easier. BioStrath Immune Health. Get what you need naturally.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. Big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop, Tomitoma, and Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasance Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
Move from CXC to your business management degree in just over 2 years with the globally and ACTT recognized ABE qualification at CTS College. Students with limited CSEC passes or mature candidates with work experience can enroll. Each level can be completed in under 6 months, with a diploma awarded upon completion of each level and a bachelor's degree awarded at the end of the entire program. Contact CTS College today and ask about our flexible payment terms.
Hit the heat with 6. Cold, pure refreshment every over.
Big moments call for light refreshment. Viva sparkling flavored water. 0 sugar, full flavor.
A lot can change in 75 years. Ideas can grow, landscapes can change, culture can flourish. So can a people. For over 75 years, Jimmy Abood has proudly added to the tapestry of Trinidad and Tobago, providing the material that sets us apart and brings people together. Come on in and celebrate with us as we surpass 75 years as the fabric of a nation, serving generations.
Welcome back. Well, Doris, from young, we're told to reach for the stars. True. For 19-year-old UWI student Caitlin Sahatu, that dream was literally out of this world. And today, she's making history as the first Trinidadian delegate selected for an all-girls lunar satellite initiative.
Pretty impressive. Liana Maharaj and Crystal James caught up with her to find out where this seemingly unreachable dream began and how she's now one step closer to fulfilling her mission.
Mommy, I want to go to the moon one day. She will come to the night and say, Mommy, I can see the stars. I will take you to the moon one day.
It's a dream, Gasparillo resident Betsy Deonarayan Sahatu says her 19-year-old daughter Caitlin Sahatu has had since she was a little girl. And that dream is coming closer to reality as Caitlin leaves for India on Tuesday to be part of the world's first all-girls international satellite mission to the moon.
I said, congratulations, Caitlin, you have been selected to represent Trinidad and Tobago on Mission Shaktisat. And it was just like, is it happening in real life? Is this real?
The former Poverty Girls Hindu College student was just one out of 111 girls from TNT who joined Space Kids India's Mission Shaktisat in April 2025. The virtual program, which included courses on mathematics, physics, and even satellite design, ended in June 2026. Caitlin was able to complete her course and made it to the final interview where program directors say she did exceptionally well. And while the former astronomy club leader is now a medical student at the University of the West Indies, she says she hopes to marry her two passions.
So, while right now I'm not in a direct medical space field, like in the near future I want to get the greatness of the two worlds, so I want to do something like maybe combine space and medicine. So when we start there, And when I finish, I could hopefully by then bring about something with telemedicine, something about disease surveillance and remote surveillance and stuff like that, so that we could improve the access to healthcare in Trinidad.
Most excited to work hands-on with scientists from around the world, Caitlin admits she's nervous about the language barriers, but she says she's confident she'll find more that unites them than divides them.
No matter where we're from in the world, we still have that togetherness, and we could look back and watch around at those 108 or 107, how much of our different pieces there in that room at the time, and be like, wow, there's people like me out there that are just as ambitious, that has the exact same interests as me, and that I can get along with these people.
And while Caitlin shines in India, her mother will always remember the little girl who was brave enough to reach for the stars.
She's fulfilling her promise. Let's see what the future holds. She has started something here now for the future generation, for the young girls. They can dream. Don't hold themselves back. They can dream and aim for the stars. It's there. Nothing is impossible.
Liana Maharaj, CNC3 News.
I'm so curious, Therese, if you got a chance to travel outer space or even to the moon, would you take it?
Absolutely not. I'm sorry.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
The furthest I'll go is in a plane.
I think I will try, but I'll be very, very scared.
Of course. Well, guys, Jassy is back, and Jassy, our young soccer warriors embarked on a new chapter today.
Yeah, the CFU Under-14 series is meant to be an introduction to international football for them, but their first lesson learned will be how to rebound from disappointment after dropping points against Puerto Rico. And the Bahamas conquers their regional neighbors at the Goodwill Swim Meet. We'll have all the results after these.
Today, we can send and receive love instantly. With It, your loved ones can send MoneyGram transfers straight to your It wallet. No trips, no lines, just secure, quick, and convenient access to your money in your It wallet when you need it. Download the It app now. Your money, your way. Powered by the MoneyGram Network.
Looking for the ultimate gaming experience? Welcome to Phase 22 Gaming Lounge, where gamers of all ages come to play, compete, and have fun. Dive into your favorite games on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, or race on our high-tech racing rigs. And experience the thrill of VR with PlayStation and Meta Quest. Our lounge is safe, comfortable, and perfect for everyone. When you're done, check out the latest gaming systems, accessories, and even Samsung and Apple phones. Visit us on the second floor of Gulf City Mall or call 786-2404 to book your gaming session today.
You can tell from the crowd who's up next. It's Trinray's star player, whose world-class stats put him in a league of his own. Trinray's risen to become a true force to be reckoned with. With an unbeaten Carry A rating, they boast a strong solvency and A-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing Trinray's financial and technical strength at its best.
Trinray, premier insurance coverage for less.
The biggest party in sport is back! Catch every TKR match live and exclusively on CNC3, August 7th through September 20th. You don't want to miss the action. The Republic Bank CPL 2026, only on CNC3. Passion, energy, and cricket live here. Brought to you by...
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services. Stomach discomfort again? Bloating, cramps, irregular bathroom habits? Meet Vivera, your daily support for a balanced gut. Vivera works fast to help reduce the abdominal pain, ease bloating, and support healthy digestion. It helps restore balance to your gut so you can get back to feeling light, comfortable, and in control. Choose for real digestive relief, safe, effective, and trusted for both children and adults. Now available at pharmacies nationwide. Vivera, feel the difference.
Welcome back. It's time for sport. The Caribbean Premier League's most decorated player, Dwayne Bravo, and legendary commentator Ian Bishop will be the first inductees into the inaugural Caribbean Premier League Hall of Fame on September 15th. Their names were revealed on Monday.
Bottom edge, onto the stumps, and that is huge. Dwayne Bravo doing his jig.
It is more than just coincidence that one of the Caribbean Premier League's foundation players and one of its all-time leading commentators shall be the tournament's first ever Hall of Fame inductees. Both have been a part of the competition since inception in 2013. With an original shortlist said to contain 8 players, CPL organizers say a 4-man panel debated and unanimously agreed on Dwayne Bravo and Ian Bishop.
Given that Dwayne Bravo has won the tournament more times than anyone else, he's done it with 2 different franchises, and he's done it as captain and a coach, he made sense to be the first person to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
But Miller insists that it was no easy decision.
A big conversation we were having was about how many inductees we do each year, and we thought in order to keep it special it made more sense for it to be one person who played and one person who hasn't played. The reason why we wanted to have that second category is obviously CPL isn't just about the cricket, it's also about the people that help make it away from the ground as well, and also the way that we broadcast it to a global audience. So the process was a tricky one. Obviously, there's some big names on that list.
Miller says international players and non-players will be considered in future ballots. Meanwhile, Bravo counts 6 CPL titles among his 15 global titles and is third on the tournament's list of wicket takers with 129. Bishop's commentary has become a hallmark of the CPL. The induction ceremony takes place with a gala dinner on September 15th in Barbados, the night before this year's final. All right, from the legends to the legends in the making. Shervin Rutherford built on the batting foundation set by Brandon King and Quinton de Kock before Gudakesh Moti's wizardry led the Barbados Tridents to a 9-run win over the St. Lucia Kings, took them to the top of the table on Sunday night. Here's more. St. Lucia Kings won their 4th toss out of 4 and chose to bowl, but gave way to a rain delay which reduced this match to 18 overs per side. After Barbados Tridents lost Zachary Carter for 2 with the score on 7 to Matthew Ford, in came South African Quinton de Kock, who skipped the pleasantries. At the opposite end, he had Brandon King for company, who elegantly collected 5 fours and 1 6 in a knock of 39 from 28. De Kock crunched 4 sixes to count 38 from 15 balls, but departed near the end of the power play with the Tridents at 63 for 2. King followed midway through the 10th over, a second wicket for St. Lucia captain Ruston Chase, who had 2 for 30.
Long way up in the air, and it's going to have enough. Comfortably over the ropes for the Republic Bank, Maxwell. Oh my word.
Shervin Rutherford picked up the slack from there in a 79-run stand for the 4th wicket. He counted 5 sixes and 3 fours, rushing to 61 from 31 deliveries. Shadley Van Schalkwyk's first ever 2 CPL wickets included Rutherford's, costing him 25 runs from 3 overs as the Tridents closed on 177 for 5 from 18 overs.
Down the ground.
The Kings experimented with Chase at the top of the order, which did not turn out to be a bad gamble. His partner, Johan Jeremiah, was dismissed for 11 from 10, while Chase yielded 34 before he was dismissed by Gudakesh Moti at the end of the power play. Cause for distress for Kings coach Darren Sammy, but no need for panic for the Kings fans.
Good use of feet. Great use of the feet again. Is it have enough? Indeed it does.
Aki Mogist eased any worries and raced to 50 from 28 balls in a 55-run stand with Charit Atsalanka. But his dismissal for 63 was a turning point in the Kings' chase. Moti ended with 3 for 22 from 4. Kings lost 3 more wickets in a 3-over span to surrender all momentum. And from there, the Tridents only needed to close out. They did so by holding the Kings to 168 for 7 at the end of 18 overs to win by 9 runs. It's top of the table for them now with 2 wins from 2.
The match as well, with 14 required and 1 ball left.
Now let's pour some gravy onto tonight's CPL highlight reel. Just marvel at Quinton de Kock's shot of the day.
Well, he's gone after it again. And this one, no fielder moves. 50 up already here in the 5th for the Tridents.
I don't think I've ever seen Quinton de Kock play this shot before. This is outstanding hand-eye coordination. He just flips it.
Just when you'd thought you'd seen all the shots of his in the book. Here's another one to add.
And now how about our catch of the day? Sheffield Rutherford demonstrates composure.
Well, this one doesn't have quite enough on it. And Sheffield Rutherford with a little juggle manages to hold on.
Flicked out, the middle finger from Mujib. Toe of the blade, carbon copy. Previous game and long on. This time in mid-wicket, a little bit of a hand, a bit of a chest, a bit of a knee, a bit of a thigh, and a keep yourself quiet.
Well, captain and tournament MVP Samara Ramnath leads a list of 7 Trinidad and Tobago women's under-19 team players selected to the West Indies Rising Stars High Performance Camp. It is the latest reward for the young Red Force Divas that is, who stormed through the recently concluded Regional Rising Stars tournament unbeaten in taking the title.
Looks to advance, gets it past, it will get to the boundary, and Trinidad and Tobago will win this game.
On Saturday, TNT's Young Red Force Divas won the Cricket West Indies Rising Stars Women's Under-19 Championship for a second time at Coolidge in Antigua. By Monday, 7 members of the championship-winning team were named in CWI's 22-member squad to take part in a high-performance training camp that runs through the end of August. Captain Samara Ramnath, wicketkeeper Jana Mohammed, all-rounders Brianna Haricharan and Amrita Ramtahal, middle-order batter Jessica Davis, and bowlers Shriya Jairam and Sayan Ramnarain have all stayed on in Antigua. It is just reward for a team which swept through the tournament and to the title, playing 6 matches unbeaten. But added to that collective accomplishment, TNT enjoyed individual success too. Ramnath was the chief bowler, claiming a tournament-leading 16 wickets and was named the most valuable player of the tournament. Mohammed was the best wicketkeeper. Team manager Nadra Dwarikat Batiste attributed the preparation of the team to those successes.
Winning the Under-19 Women's Regional Championship was an incredibly rewarding moment for our team because this victory was built over months and not just over the course of this tournament. What I would say makes the management team most proud is seeing all of that preparation translated to performance. There was player buy-in into the process, they worked for each other, and when the pressure came, they responded.
Barbadian Ebony Brathwaite was named the best batter and Leeward's player Aliyah Weeks was named the best fielder. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago's Tier 1 campaign in the 2026 CFU Under-14 Challenge Series started with a hard-fought draw against Puerto Rico in Punta Cana earlier today. Captain Hashim Salandi gave the young Soca Warriors the perfect start, rising highest to fire home a powerful header in the 4th minute. Puerto Rico, however, would equalize in the 5th minute of the second half, but neither side could find a go-ahead goal in the remaining time. After the teams settled for a share of the points, it means Trinidad and Tobago now has just 1 in Group B. Now let's take a look at what is happening in sporting developments around the region.
At the CFU Under-14 Challenge Series, Jamaica opened their boys' Tier 1 title defense in emphatic fashion, thrashing St. Kitts and Nevis 4-0 in their Group C opener in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic on Monday. Kylan Gale opened the scoring in the 8th minute with a brilliant free kick before Tyshawn Headley doubled the lead just after the break. Headley then completed his brace from the penalty spot in the 41st minute before Basil Trail added a 4th in the 52nd minute. The win sends Jamaica to the top of Group C after Aruba and Curacao played to a 1-1 draw. And in swimming, Bahamas captured an historic 4th consecutive Goodwill Swimming Championship title in Couva, Trinidad and Tobago over the weekend. The Bahamas dominated the 3-day meet, finishing with 1,459.50 points. Host Trinidad and Tobago ended on 1,269, while Jamaica rounded out the top 3 with 1,007. Samaki Felician, CNC3 Sport.
And now for the cherry on top, Jamaica's Kylan Gale finds his way into tonight's Sport High.
Facing St. Kitts and Nevis in their CFU Under-14 opening assignment, Jamaica's Kylan Gale announced himself in spectacular fashion. His direct free kick from way out put them in the lead and floats Gale into tonight's CNC3's Sport High.
Well, Jassy, congratulations are in order for the Under-19 women's team. We're proud of them.
Champions.
All right, guys, it's time now for a break. We'll be right back.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order.
Every day, your nasal passages are exposed to dryness from dry air, CPAP machines, oxygen therapy, sinusitis, allergies, and the common cold. When the nose becomes dry, breathing doesn't feel comfortable. It feels irritated, tight, and blocked. Introducing Nasogel Spray, a gentle nasal spray designed to help restore moisture where you need it most. Its hydrating formula helps soothe and relieve dryness inside the nasal passages, supporting more comfortable breathing. Nasogel Spray, so you can breathe better every day. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance, but we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza, Endeavour, Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Struggling to lose weight despite your efforts, feeling tired after meals, or dealing with stubborn belly fat? It may not just be your diet. Your blood sugar could be the issue. Spikes can lead to fat storage, low energy, and higher cholesterol. Berberine Plus. With berberine, bitter melon, and banaba leaf help support healthy glucose metabolism so your body works more efficiently. Take control and feel the difference in 90 days. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
Live Caribbean Premier League, only on CNC3. The biggest parties on CNC3. We've secured the broadcast rights to the Caribbean Premier League, bringing you every TKR match live. To make room for the action, CNC3 News will air earlier on selected match days. Watch for our daily reminders on air and follow CNC3 on social media for the latest broadcast times, so you don't miss the stories that matter. Stay with us for every run, every wicket, every unforgettable CPL moment, only on CNC3. Follow CNC3 on social media for the full broadcast schedule. CNC3, your news, your cricket.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at tonight's regional roundup.
The Grenada government has released a preliminary list of business eligible to participate in its inaugural VAT-free weekend set for August 28th and 29th. The initiative is part of an $18 million Eastern Caribbean relief package aimed at easing rising living costs driven by global inflation. Finance Minister Dennis Cornwall says qualifying goods will be zero-rated. The Guyana government is launching Embrace, a national online counseling platform to provide long-term psychological support for families affected by the MV Burima disaster. Authorities say the confidential audio and video system goes live this week, initializing with survivors and affected families before expanding nationwide. The initiative comes as authorities assess case-by-case financial assistance for households that lost sole breadwinners under President Irvin Ali's HEART framework. Jesse Ramdale, CNC3 News.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Now, ahead of Independence Day, we've been venturing across the country asking citizens, Doris, what Trinidad and Tobago means to them.
Every night, we'll be bringing you one patriotic response. Here's what one person had to say.
Well, for me, it's home. As you can probably tell from the accent, I'm from London, but I'm Trini of descent. And I don't think people recognize the paradise that you have here. Community, genuine love for each other. I'm obviously noting there's some tensions with certain things, social, economic things, but if you go outside and you come back to what this is, there is no comparison. I've never felt love like I have in Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, it's love, it's home, it's happiness, it's joy, and it's paradise.
Been absolutely love hearing those comments. Yeah. Well, as we leave you, let's remind you to stay connected with us on our social media platforms.
There you'll find tonight's stories, the latest updates and exclusive content, and don't forget to pick up a copy of the Guardian newspaper.
We've come to the end of the 7 p.m. news here on CNC3. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ryan Bechu.
I am Doris Polo.
I am Jassi Marique.
And I'm Sigourney Mohammed. Have a good night.
You're watching CNC.